Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce just made their first public appearance as husband and wife. And the details of this outing say a lot about how they're choosing to live this chapter. Let me set the scene. On July 3rd, Taylor and Travis got married at Madison Square Garden in New York, a star-studded ceremony with roughly 1,000 guests, reportedly attended by everyone from Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper to Ed Sheeran, Hugh Grant, Zoe Kravitz, Jimmy Fallon, and more. The wedding outfits were Christian Dior Haute Couture, designed by Jonathan Anderson, and according to Taylor's representative, this was the first haute couture bridal gown Anderson has ever created for a celebrity of this profile. Her shoes were custom Christian Louboutin. The jewelry was Cartier. That's the level we're talking about. And yet, despite all of that, not a single image from inside the ceremony has surfaced publicly. No posts from the couple on social media, nothing. Which, given the scale of this thing, is genuinely impressive. So after the wedding, the two essentially disappeared into their honeymoon bubble. Which, fair enough. But exactly 1 week later, on July 10th, they resurfaced. And where did they choose to make their first appearance as a married couple? At a friend's wedding. Specifically, the wedding of NFL player JuJu Smith-Schuster and model Laura Kruk, held at the Ritz-Carlton Laguna in Laguna Niguel, California, with a ceremony set overlooking the ocean. It's actually a pretty telling choice. Their first post-wedding public moment wasn't a red carpet, wasn't a press appearance. It was a celebration for someone else. That reads as deliberate. They're stepping back into the world on their own terms, in a setting that's personal rather than performative. Now, let's talk about what they actually looked like, because the details matter here. Taylor wore a strapless floral dress in pink tones by Markarian. Feminine, romantic, completely on brand for her. She had her hair up, red lipstick on, that signature look, and she was wearing both her engagement ring and her new wedding band. Travis went with a charcoal gray suit, matching tie, white shirt, classic, clean. They were seated alongside Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany, Patrick being Travis's teammate and close friend. And by all accounts, the vibe was relaxed. According to the coverage, Taylor was seen smiling, laughing, holding a glass of champagne. No tension, no performance. Just two people at a wedding enjoying themselves. One guest who attended their own wedding told people that both Taylor and Travis were, quote, radiant all night. That's the word, radiant. Here's the thing I keep coming back to. 1,000 people were at the Madison Square Garden ceremony. 1,000. And still, no leaked photos, no insider footage. That level of information control at that scale doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of extremely tight security protocols, and presumably guests who understood what was being asked of them. In an era where everyone has a smartphone and everyone wants their moment, the fact that this wedding has remained visually sealed is actually kind of remarkable. Taylor's team hasn't confirmed images, the couple hasn't posted anything, and yet we know it happened. We know the dress was Dior. We know Austin Swift walked his sister down the aisle, and Jason Kelce stood up for Travis. No bridesmaids, no groomsmen, just brothers. That's a choice that's both intimate and symbolic. So what does all of this add up to? Here's my read. Taylor and Travis are threading a very specific needle. This is one of the most famous women on the planet, and one of the most prominent athletes in American sports. Their wedding was always going to be a cultural event. They couldn't make it small, even if they tried. But they're clearly drawing a line around what they share and what they protect. The wedding happened on their terms, at a scale that honored the moment, with guests who are genuinely part of their lives. And their first public appearance afterward wasn't about them. It was about showing up for someone else's love story. That's either very genuine or very well managed, or, and this is probably the honest answer, both at the same time. Those things aren't mutually exclusive. What we're watching is a couple that got exactly the wedding they wanted, grand, glamorous, surrounded by their actual people, and is now easing back into public life without letting the machine take over the narrative. The Dior detail, the Louboutin shoes, the Cartier jewelry, those will come out when they're ready to let them out. The photos will surface when they decide to surface them. Until then, you get glimpses. A floral dress at a friend's wedding, a smile over a glass of champagne. Two people who look, by every account, genuinely happy. So, do you think Taylor and Travis have found the right balance between public life and privacy? Or is the total lockdown on wedding photos just building pressure for an even bigger reveal? Tell me what you think in the comments and subscribe if you want to be here when that moment drops.